Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. Just wanted to jump on real quick to update you guys what has been going on in the business. It's been hectic since we did our AI gym brand launch. We now have it up with all of our gym brand products on our Shopify store for pre-order. And a couple of weeks, we're just gonna have those listings live. So if you didn't get your pre-orders in, go ahead and get them in today. So we are going to be moving on to our next project. I just had another brainstorm idea that I'm thinking of niching into with the business, but we'll see how the test run goes for the embroidery business on this next idea. Our next idea is going to be cartoon portraits embroidery. So I'm thinking I can niche down with the cartoon embroidery of people's pictures and portraits to do multiple designs from t-shirts, sweaters, actual picture frames like you have seen us been doing with the different embroidery pictures of pets and animals. Something similar to that, but we wanted more lifelike. I've been building out a business plan for it. I'm now getting ready to test the design, one of the designs, and we're gonna order some product to make samples and see where it goes. So let me show you what I've got from my digitizer so far. So this is a mock-up, and this is going to be a left chest. So we're going to work on this today as a left chest and see where it goes from there. We're going to see how well this turns out as a left chest embroidery, and we're going to do a test run, and then we're going to add it to maybe a sweater, t-shirt. We'll see where it goes from there. But that is pretty much it. We want a lifelike cartoon based on your pictures, and I will show you how I did it and what my thinking in this next step of embroidery. It's been a busy Monday today. Very busy, but I gotta order some new embroidery thread. I'm actually gonna order the sample from the candle. Yeah, I think it's called candle threads. About to order their sample thread pack, test those out. Gotta get my mock-ups from my wholesaler. And that's gonna be pretty much it for the day. More research and brainstorming on what pictures we're gonna use for the mock-ups. So it's gonna be a busy morning, but a short morning. And I just wanted to get on here, keep you guys up to date of what's been going on. I know, gotta get more consistent with these videos, but it's a work in progress. Work in progress. So let's go. So I know what you guys are thinking. It's 11 by 13 hoop, and I said it's a left chest embroidery design. Why is it an 11 by 13 hoop? The reason it's an 11 by 13 hoop is it's a test. We're gonna test the design out. And instead of me wasting a small left chest piece of fabric, I have 11 by 13 where I can put multiple designs to test on the same uh, stabilizer and fabric. So that's my way of thinking right there. Now the design has 35 color changes. I'm assuming my digitizer couldn't cut it down any smaller between colors changes because it's supposed to look like a realistic cartoon picture portrait, and that was one of my requests, the least amount of color changes. So it does have 35 color change stops, but it's not actually 35 different colors. Some of the colors do repeat, so I might have used 8 or 10 different shades of color in this design that just repeats at different sections. So we're gonna see if this is gonna be all worth it in the end. So let's check it out. And since we're gonna test this, we're not gonna do it in the middle. We're just gonna move it out of frame. All right, that works for me. Not hitting any borders. Good to go. What I didn't check was my bopping to make sure I got enough bopping for the start of this run, but it should be good. All right, so here is the first test sample, which it came out pretty good. What I am going to do, I'm thinking I'm going to change this, just make it a solid blue. The hat should have been a solid blue, which was something I did mention to my digitizer, that to leave the hat solid. They did not listen to what I told them, but we're going to fix that. And we'll probably make the shirt a lighter green so it blends better between the two. But besides that, it's pretty on point. Pretty on point. So I'm gonna head to the computer and shows you how I created this bad boy cartoon. Hey guys, we're on the computer here. Let's get into my cartoon editing app. So the app that I'm using is called Be Funky, and the process that I've used to create the cartoon portrait that we are going to be using, and more cartoon portraits that we're going to use in the future, we start off with Be Funky. So what we do is we get in here and we go into Cartoonizer. Come on, open up. Now, first we need a picture to use. So we are going to find a picture on the computer. So you might not be able to see this part, but I'm just looking for a little delay. All right, so as I was saying, you won't be able to really see the pictures that I'm choosing from, but let's find a good one. All right, so we'll use one of my older pictures here,
And as you can see on the side, it gives you different types of cartoon designs depending on what you're looking for. I normally would go with this one if I'm not mistaken. Eh, it looks too pale. It still looks like a picture. So let's try the next one. Mm, little better, little better, but too shaded in my face here. So let's go to, let's see number three. What number three looks like. And this is basically what I would do: go through all of the different designs to see which one really looks better. I really don't like this one at all. Nope, 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 nope. Let's try this one. No, we did that one already. Now, some of these might not work out. So, what we will do, no, it's not graphics, artsy. There we go. Let's go down to comics. Let's try graphic novel. Now, this makes me look a little bit like a stud muffin, but I kind of like this one. But it's not true to design, so we want to be a little bit truer to design. It's not a bad looking cartoon of me. Make me look like I got a better hairline than I currently have. That's not too bad. Nah, that's too cartoony. See what the black and whites look like. Now that is sick. This one I like. In black and white, I definitely like this one. We're gonna save that. Save image to be funky. Image. We just gonna put image BW. JPEG. Yeah, we'll do JPEG. So yeah, guys, that's the basic rundown. We turn it into the cartoon file that we like. Then we would either remove the background or leave it as is and send it off to our digitizer, and our digitizer would digitize it, and we would go from there. So that is pretty much how we create our cartoon art designs. All right, guys, so let's go on back down to the craft room and get a look at our updates that we made to the current project. All right, guys, back in the craft room. I finished tweaking the design, so now it looks much better. So this was the original. I didn't like that they had the white on the hat, so we switched the color to blue so it blends in better. We put a darker green for the shirt, so now it looks much better compared to what was digitized. So it's not bad. And if you guys are interested in digitizing services, Digitizing is where I went for the majority of my projects. I go to them and have them digitize my designs because it's smooth, seamlessly for every design that they have done for my machine. No headaches, not a lot of tread breaks, and the work speaks for itself. So now that we have the testing done, I did put in an order with my wholesaler for different test products that we're going to put these designs on. I have some more portraits that I have to get over to digitizing so they can digitize for me, and then we'll have a whole set of mock-ups to put out in our store. So until then, this is Sean Bajer HBK signing off. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stick with us on our entrepreneurship journey. See you guys next time.